What a day. I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm the 49th person on Paramount's YouTube channel to watch the second Bumblebee trailer. And then I go back to sleep thinking that's all we're going to get. Then I wake up a few hours later. Boom, a third trailer came out, and this trailer revealed even more stuff and got me even more pumped. So after watching these two trailers in the morning, I was beyond excited for this movie, and I think this is going to be easily better than The Last Night, and definitely one of the best Transformers movies ever made. I'm saying that right now, just probably because I'm so hyped right now. I said that about The Last Night too, and every time I watch The Last Night, I get less interested in it because I just find more stuff wrong with it. So, not talking about The Last Night because I feel that this movie will be totally different than The Last Night. This video is about a breakdown and an analysis of all the shots that I think are really cool and the shots that I think need a bit more of a definition. Now, before we get any further, I want to say all the screen caps from the second trailer are from tfw2005.com. And just want to say that there is a section of this video that contains spoilers. I will let you guys know when that part comes. Don't worry, that's not going to be until way later in the video. So you guys got like a bunch of time, and I'll give a warning before I get to the spoilers parts. So let's step right into this analysis with the first shot. I wanted to talk about this because this is the day Charlie gets Bumblebee. She finds him at like a junkyard, and she said it's her birthday. It's her 18th birthday actually, and she gets Bumblebee. I just thought I'd talk about that real quick. But now into the more, well, like the super interesting stuff. Next up, we get a shot of the Hoover Dam. This was super cool because since this is in the 1980s, at this point in time, the Hoover Dam has Megatron frozen in ice and the giant Allspark cube, and maybe some Allspark mutations if Sector 7 is even messing around with that yet. But just the fact that they showed the Hoover Dam, that got me hyped. I'm just so excited for this movie. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is what I think is Sector 7 hunting down Bumblebee. A cool thing to note is that Bumblebee has Jeep parts on his grill. So this is from earlier in the movie, I'm guessing, when he fights Blitzwing. And yeah, so I'll talk a little more later on about how I think the movie's going to play out and what I think is going to happen. And next, we get a shot of Shatter and Dropkick showing off their triple changing abilities. This is cool because the only time we ever saw another triple changer was Drift, and you could argue Mixmaster and Megatron. But really the only one we ever saw was Drift. And we didn't see him go from car to helicopter to robot, really. We saw him go from car to helicopter and from robot to helicopter, but not really all three. This shot alone, we get all three. We get them both in their aerial modes, which Dropkick is a bit of blue on his helicopter mode, and Shatter has a bit of red on her jet mode. And we see them transform from those aerial modes to the muscle cars, and then to the robot modes to meet with Sector 7 and Agent Burns. Which, another cool thing about this scene is it's revealed that Shatter is a girl Transformer, which we never ever see in the Michael Bay universe. If we do, it's only like RC sisters and Alice, who are only in the movie for like seconds, not even a minute. So it's really cool that we got to see that. The next thing I want to talk about is how Cybertron looks totally different. Now, I do have a few theories about this. Maybe this is way in the past and they fixed Cybertron with the hexagonal things that you see in Dark of the Moon and The Last Night. Because in Dark of the Moon and The Last Night, Cybertron is like hexagons all around it. But in the first movie, you can't really see the hexagons. So maybe the Bumblebee movie and the first movie have a more complete looking Cybertron, and then they fix Cybertron later on. Or I don't know what, maybe the other side of Cybertron has hexagons on it. I really don't know. But I do want to make a video on this at another time. Then looks like we see a Transformer in its protoform mode, like the protoform shell going to Earth. And this is actually what I think is Shatter. So I think we're going to see Shatter and Dropkick leave Cybertron in their protoform modes, crash down, because in the next scene we see Shatter's muscle car, and the protoform, what I'm guessing is the protoform shell, literally crashes in the car and makes a huge explosion. So I'm guessing we're going to see Shatter and Dropkick leave Cybertron and get their alt modes, which is something else that's really cool. In this scene where they talk to Sector 7, they say war will come if B isn't found, which we all know war does come eventually because this is a prequel. Next scene is Bumblebee in the tunnel, kind of transforming and flipping over a cop car. Now, I was really hoping this was Barricade because of previous toy leaks. It showed that Barricade It could be in this movie because there's toys of him from the Bumblebee movie. I was really hoping that this was Barricade, but the closer I looked, there looks to be a cop driving it, and I don't think it's a hologram. And it doesn't look like it's transforming when Bumblebee lands on it. It looks like it's just all the weight's going to the front, and that's why it's sparking. It's not actually transforming. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I still have hope Barricade will at least make a cameo in this movie. Next thing I want to talk about is Bumblebee's Jeep mode has a knife, which I thought was cool, just like his Volkswagen mode does based on the toys. And the next shot is, I think this is the one that really just kind of blew everybody's mind. The G1 Decepticons, well, G1 Transformers on Cybertron. The shot shows Shockwave, which is now the one beside it. I wasn't sure if that was Blitzwing or Starscream, but it was confirmed by Travis Knight that that was Starscream, and some other Seekers. There's a Seeker in its alt mode in the background, and then there's like a green cone head, and then there's a Seeker that has a colors like Slipstream, and then there's a red Transformer besides Shockwave. I'm guessing that's Shatter. I'm not 100% sure, but considering you see like the shoulder and it looks like a turbine, I'm guessing that's going to be Shatter on Cybertron, and just a bunch of Seekers. But my question is, are the Seekers really Seekers? Because in the Michael Bay universe, Seekers are old Transformers who were searching. They were just old Transformers searching for ancient relics, like Jetfire was. So yeah, I think the Seekers have to be super old. And so I don't know if Starscream and these jets can really be considered Seekers in the Michael Bay universe. I'll make another video discussing this more later on. I just thought I'd bring that up right now. And then there's another shot of like a war on Cybertron, and there's the jets flying around, and there's Transformers on the ground fighting. It just looks like chaos. I did not expect all this from a movie that had a lower budget. I did not think we'd see all this, but I am certainly happy we're seeing this. Then we see Blitzwing's transformation again, and then we see a hologram message from Optimus Prime saying that there's only one way to end this war, and maybe he's referencing the Allspark. I really don't know. I'm hoping. I think that would be really cool if he's referencing the Allspark. And then we get more Cybertron shots. We have the 3 jets flying over Optimus Prime, and then we see Soundwave. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but Soundwave did go to Earth sometime in the past to get with, like, to talk to Pat, to talk with, I think, Dylan's dad, he said. Unless that was just Laserbeak got sent to Earth way in the past. And then you gotta remember in World War I, Starscream was on Earth too. So I really gotta go back and check how everything plays out. I'll make more videos on this in the future. Don't worry, I'm just kind of brainstorming things. So who really knows? And then, so we see Soundwave, and I really like his design. It looks like the G1 design, but so menacing. And then he ejects a cassette bot out of his chest, and I thought this was Ravage. And then it was confirmed by Travis Knight that this is actually Ravage. I love the red and white color scheme. You never see that on Ravage. And I heard people talking that, how can this be Ravage? Ravage only has one eye. I honestly don't think that matters at all. I think Transformers can change however they want to. So yeah, it's cool that we're seeing Ravage again. And then Prime says to Bumblebee that Bumblebee must protect Earth and its people, which we all know they do in the other movies. And then Bumblebee gets captured by Sector 7. This is going to be a huge throwback to the 07 movie. And then Bumblebee starts fighting back, something he didn't do in the 07 movie. So maybe in this movie, Bumblebee fights back against Sector 7 and learns he shouldn't have been doing that, and that's why he doesn't do it in the 2007 movie. Then we see a shot of a huge building on Cybertron falling, and like a jet or a ship flies under it. I don't really know what it is, it's hard to make out, but it does look really cool. And then we see a shot of Shatter jumping off of a platform, kind of doing like a spin, and then transforming into her jet mode, and she's got a gun out pointing at Charlie, or Bumblebee pointing at Charlie. And then we get a shot of Blitzwing and Bumblebee fighting again, and Bumblebee fighting Dropkick. And this looks to be like the same place he's fighting Shatter, but this fight looks so cool. You have Charlie running, and you have the 2 big Transformers fighting in the background, just going one-on-one on each other. And that was it for the first trailer. No spoilers, just a lot of stuff, a lot of thoughts, a lot of reveals, a lot of things no one ever really thought that they'd see. Now, on to the third trailer. We start off with Bumblebee fighting Blitzwing. Now this is pretty cool, because I think this fight's going to take place at the start of the movie, and then I don't know what's going to happen to Blitzwing. Will Sector 7 take him and experiment on him? Will he go back to Cybertron? Will he fly away? Does Bumblebee kill him? I don't know. I really want to see how that plays out. Blitzwing's face is actually really cool. It's got almost like a gas mask looking thing around his mouth. Then Blitzwing shoots Bumblebee. He asks him, where's Optimus Prime? And I know some people aren't that happy with Blitzwing's voice. Honestly, I don't care. I think he doesn't sound bad, but it would be cooler if he had like a more menacing voice. But I don't mind it. I think it's cool. I'm not upset with it by any means, so yeah. Then he drops Bumblebee off the cliff, and it says Bumblebee's memory core fails, and he scans the Volkswagen Beetle. So this might be how he loses all his World War II memories and his Cybertron memories. Maybe he talks in the start of the movie, but after Blitzwing does this, he just stops talking and doesn't have a voice. I think that would be really cool. And then we have the shots of Charlie getting Bumblebee again. And this is something I want to talk about. Charlie says, "You sound like a little Bumblebee," to Bumblebee. And it looks like Bumblebee likes it by the expression on his face. So later on in the trailer, Bumblebee's name on Cybertron isn't Bumblebee. I'll talk about this more in a minute, but this is just really mind-blowing stuff to me. Then Charlie tries to fix B, and the message from Optimus Prime plays. There's shots of Cybertron during the war. We see a shot of Optimus Prime, who looks to be fighting Thundercracker. It's a jet and looks like a G1 Seeker with the blue and with the red and the white stripes. So it looks a lot like Thundercracker. I'm guessing it is. I'm pretty sure it's confirmed by Travis Knight that it was. And then we see the shot of Shatter and Dropkick again, and it looks so cool. Shatter tells Sector 7 that B is a criminal. Shatter says, if our common enemy isn't found, and then Dropkick says, we'll burn the whole planet into splinters or something. Dropkick's voice sounds so cool. And like when he talks, there's like green lights that come out of his mouth. I just love his design. His voice is awesome. I think Dropkick's probably going to be my favorite Decepticon out of this movie. He just seems like the coolest Decepticon ever. And then we get to see Shatter arriving on Earth again like we saw in the first movie. We see more of Bumblebee fighting Blitzwing. And then this is the part that kind of blew my mind. Prime says, B-127, you must protect Earth. This is what is kind of crazy to me. So back in The Last Night, Sir Anthony Hopkins' character, I think it's Sir Edmund Burton, calls Bumblebee ZB7, I'm pretty sure. Because that was his nickname in World War II. So what if on Cybertron, Bumblebee's name isn't Bumblebee, it's B-127. And then he comes to Earth, that's his name during World War II and that, up until this time. His name's B-127. He loses his memory, can't remember anything, meets Charlie, she calls him Bumblebee, he thinks his name's Bumblebee, and from that point on, in the Transformers cinematic universe, he is named Bumblebee. So he wasn't always Bumblebee. I thought this is just such a cool idea, and I never ever would have thought that this would happen in the movie, but it actually makes a bit of sense now, and this is just crazy. I'd have to make another separate video on this, but like this is just, it's wild. And then we see the extended fight between Optimus, Soundwave, and Ravage. Optimus punches Ravage and he falls. We know Ravage doesn't die because Ravage appears again in Revenge of the Fallen. So, yeah. Alright, now this is, I'll give you guys the time to skip to if you don't want to listen to this, but this is where it gets spoilerish. So, spoilers. I'll just skip away if you don't want to listen to this. It seems that pretty much every time a new Transformers movie comes out, we see one of the characters dying in the trailer. Revenge of the Fallen, it was Sideways. I don't remember any other examples, but I'm sure that there were. In this trailer, it looks like we get to see Dropkick's death. Now, I kind of thought Dropkick was going to die. It's just, and then when you go to see a Transformers movie, you kind of know the bad guys are going to die. It's just how they die and what happens is what you want to go see. So, we see how he dies, and we see the helicopter, which I am guessing 100% is Dropkick, because it kind of has blue on it. It's got a minigun, just like Shatter's plane had a minigun. And we see it shoot at Bumblebee, and then Bumblebee grabs a chain, throws it at his helicopter mode. It gets caught in the rotor. The helicopter crashes, and there's a big explosion. And in the cloud of explosion, it looks like at the bottom you can see Transformer's legs. And then it's just a big explosion with parts flying everywhere. And you can see like a almost looks like a tire, which he has on his shoulder in robot mode. And parts that I don't think are from like a normal helicopter. I'm pretty sure this was Dropkick that we just saw get killed in the trailer. And that's really disappointing to me because I don't know, like I've already expressed in this video, I think Dropkick's super sick and I don't want him to die, but I don't know. I think they just revealed his death. I could be totally wrong. This could just be a random helicopter, but I am pretty sure they revealed his death in this trailer. So that bummed me out. I didn't catch it at first, but after watching the trailer a second time, I caught it, and that really disappointed me. And the next thing I want to talk about is that Travis Knight actually confirmed that Wheeljack is going to be in this movie. He confirmed that we're going to be seeing that. Well, he confirmed that the trailer shows Shockwave, Soundwave, Ravage, and Starscream. So maybe that Seeker, or what looks to be like a G1 Seeker on Cybertron, was Starscream. But I don't know if that Seeker was Starscream or if it was Blitzwing, because they look super similar. But the fact that Travis Knight said that Starscream was in the trailer, I'm guessing that's going to be Starscream, and Blitzwing will just look like him, which happens a lot in the movies, but who knows at this point, really. And Wheeljack, what he said is Wheeljack was in the movie, he wasn't in the trailer, but we will see him in the movie. I'm wondering if this is going to be like Q Wheeljack, or like a Wheeljack, whether this is going to be the same character as Q, or because Q was Wheeljack, just in the movie they nicknamed him Q. So whether or not this is going to be Q, he's going to sound like Q, or what, I don't know. So maybe Q can be a different character than Wheeljack. I don't know, I'll have to wait till the movie comes out to see. And the other question I had is what happens to Blitzwing? Because in the trailer it seems like every scene we get with Blitzwing is in the start of the movie, and then he just leaves, or maybe he dies, I don't know. But I'm guessing the scenes with Blitzwing is going to be at the start, and then we're just not going to see him again. It's just going to be Shatter and Dropkick. So I'll have to see how that plays out, but I'm really pumped for this movie. These trailers got me so excited, and I'm pretty sure 2 more trailers just got confirmed. And I'm so excited. This movie's coming out December 21st in Canada, I think. So I'm going to see it like the day it comes out as soon as I can, and I'm going to have a 5-movie marathon sometime in December before I see the movie. So that's all I got to say for this video. Comment down below what you guys think, if you're excited for this movie or what. Just let me know. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time, and bye.